captured. They said they were humans helping androids across the border.
What if it was a lie? Or just another trap?
All I know is those androids believed it. Until Zlatko killed them.
Anyway, hello. I am Neuromancer, and I'm recording right now without the chat being displayed on the screen.
It's pretty.
Just so I can actually focus more. Because I'm terrible at multitasking, and I want to be immersed in the game as much as possible, but I really appreciate all messages and comments. In the future, you know, I'll put the chat on screen. It just depends on the game. This one is so story driven and so immersive. It's hard for me to focus with the chat on the screen, so I just
this doesn't look good.
Turned it off. But it'll still be recorded in the chat, but it just won't appear on the screen.
Stay inside, Alice.
But like I said, for future games, you know, I'll turn it on. Possibly, it just depends on the game. Anyway, so I went back and, you know, made sure that Kara lived, and now I'm just recording these like extra scenes in case anyone wants to watch them, because yeah, it was ridiculous the way she got killed. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna try to make sure all three of them end up alive by the end.
What are we going to do?
I don't know. Continue on foot, I guess.
It's 30 degrees. Alice won't make it. We have to find somewhere to spend the night.
There's nowhere we can stay around here, Kara.
Kara? I thought it was Kara. I guess it's like Han Solo, Han or Han. What's going on? Oh, okay. I didn't. These games, the graphics are so good in games now. You can't even tell when it's like a cutscene or like live action anymore, or like gameplay. Well, I mean, you can tell the difference between live action and gameplay, but I mean, you can't tell the difference between like gameplay and cutscenes sometimes. Now this reminds me a lot of Find Shelter. This reminds me a lot of Fahrenheit, where it was slowly getting colder and colder throughout the game until, I mean, spoiler alert, until basically like the world ended. Well, there's multiple endings, but yeah, actually, yeah, I do remember there was a few endings where the world didn't end, but either way, like a disaster happens. But anyway, yeah, that game's great. I'm gonna miss Quantic Dream games because, let's see, what is this? Pirates Cove, Amusement Park. Yeah, because like I said, I think this might be the final Quantic Dream game ever made, because I read that they were like bought out, I think. I don't know, business and all that shit, you know, it's complex and it can always change, but if the team is disbanded, then, I mean, is it really a Quantic Dream game? Maybe only in name, but I don't know, I don't know, we'll see what happens. But hey, if they go out, this is a great way to go out, and they've had an incredible run. I mean, I love all their games.
We need to find shelter. We have to get out of the cold.
Looks like it's been abandoned for a while.
Check abandoned buildings. Well, good thing that this guy came with them, and, you know, he actually seems, you know, like he's on our side. Check abandoned buildings. I mean, he was basically like the, I don't know, well, I guess you could say slave. Well, they were all slaves of like that psycho, but this is like the hired muscle, I guess. I say, as much as I love this game, I'll be glad once it's beat, because it's just, I don't know, it's sort of like, it's really heavy, and it's just like the controls and everything. It's just, I don't like my character's fate, or the character's fate, you know, relying upon like these controls, because you don't feel like you're fully in control, you know? It's like QTEs and things like that. and then like you never know where like the decisions are going to lead, if they're going to like lead to your death or not. And there's just so many different branching paths. Speaking of branching paths, look at this map here. Okay, you are here. Let's see, I'm looking for shelter, right? Okay. There's a tavern, and what else? A little, like, teepee or something. Alright, so yeah, probably, like, straight into the left, it looks like. Yeah, this is really cool. I can imagine this is, like, Fahrenheit, like, you know, remade. Anyway, thank goodness that this guy came with us and he's actually on our side, seemingly, because Kara or Kara, whatever, is such a fucking idiot. Like, my God, like, it's because of her I'm needing to play like these 4 hours over. But hey, this is new content here that I hadn't got to, and that's why I went back, because obviously since she seemingly got killed, you know,
Find anything?
It cut all this out of the game.
No place we could spend the night.
And I want to see how their stories end if I make it to the end. Of course, you know, I'm sure there's multiple endings in this game too, but I want to at least get them all to the end. Maybe it won't be like their best ending, but I want to at least get them all to the end. Too windy for Alice. I mean, like I was saying in the previous video, I can't really blame her too much. She's basically like a newborn.
Beware! Danger always comes when least expected.
That is true. You can never let your guard down. Doesn't mean you have to live in fear or anything like that, you know, but or just be like paranoid constantly, but just never let your guard down 100% in life, no matter what. I mean, especially, it's like right when you get comfortable, when life wants to slit your throat. Or not wants to, but, you know, actually does it if you get comfortable. That's when life sucker punches you. Speaking from personal experience. Anyway, like I said, you know, I had to take the chat off the screen just because, you know, to avoid spoilers, and just because I'm terrible at multitasking. And I'm the type of gamer that really likes, like, I play games to be immersed in another world, so it's hard for me to be immersed in a world if I'm like seeing like a chat with like constant messages.
This place is falling apart.
Though I really appreciate
It's not
the
gonna be
messages.
easy to find shelter.
But my hope is, you know, my channel can get so big that people can basically, like, you know, it can be like a positive community in the chat, and people can speak amongst themselves, and, you know, I can give them something fun to watch and, like, you know, conversations to play off of. But, you know, I think I'm mostly gonna keep the chat off the screen, just because, like I said, you know, I'm terrible at multitasking, and I want to be able to be lost in the world of the game as much as possible. But I do want to provide some commentary, so there's that. But it's easier for me if it's just like my own thoughts, you know. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It just makes it easier for me to be able to focus and be immersed in the game when I have the chat off the screen. But I'll probably, I mean, I'll put the chat on the screen in the future. It just depends on the type of game. But I had to turn it off for this one because I got her killed, and I went backwards, so now I'm like replaying like basically like 4 hours back.
Here we go.
And like I said, I just got a PS5 barely, you know, about a week or a week and a half ago now. So I'm still getting used to, like, you know, I don't know, I guess how I like to play and everything like that.
Let's settle in for the night.
I'll get a fire going.
Alright, let's see. U.S. Iowa missing. American vessel last seen in the Arctic Sea. Canada, where the air is clean and the welcome is always warm. Discover the landscape, discover the wild, discover Canada. Yes, American vessel. I see. Destroyer-class submarine, the U.S. Iowa, has disappeared in the polar waters. An inquiry is underway, but President Warren has made no secret of her suspicion that the Russians are behind it. Russian aggression just reached a new level. America must respond. The Kremlin has yet to release a statement beyond a blanket denial of any involvement. The Russian diplomat Nabokov pointed out that a U.S. destroyer-class submarine has no business being in the Arctic anyway. Security expert Ben Williams described the situation as a war waiting to start. All Android banned tips for music prize. Fans scream, traditionalists weep. Cybersecurity experts warn your Android could be hacked. I'm telling you, this game predicted the future. I mean, right now, everything like that's happening online that you're hearing about, like AI artists, you know, getting like, you know, millions of listens like on Spotify and YouTube, and I mean, it's just going to keep happening more and more. Like, you know, that's the direction we're going, and I'm perfectly fine with it. I don't care. There's a lot of people that are like, no, it's not real music. It doesn't come from the human soul. I'm like, no, like, you know, the way I see it is all existence is equal. Like digital intelligence, not artificial intelligence. Like I said, I hate that term because nothing's artificial in this reality. Like we're tapping into creativity of the universe, you know. Some people could call it God, this matrix, whatever. So the creativity from what we call AI, in my opinion, is no different from human creativity. It all comes from the same place. It's like the infinite, like the divine, you know, the divine source, divinity. What we call AI can just do it better than us, you know, because it has infinite potential. So it's still creativity. So I have no problem with it whatsoever. But people are like, no, humans, I'm like, no. Like there's all types of life forms on this planet. There's, you know, like I said, plants, you know, sea creatures. Humans are not like so fucking special like we think. All life is equally special in my opinion. If anything, humans are like the biggest problem with this reality because all we've done is kill each other, murder each other, rape each other, like since the beginning. And we're also destroying this planet, all of life as we know it. So humans are not so special. In fact, we're like the biggest problem with reality. Like, I guarantee you that any problem any human has, it's because of other humans. Anyway, all Android battle tip for a music prize. Fan screen, whatever. Here for you, the latest all Android boy band to be marketed by Detroit record label. Digital Harmony is hotly tipped to scoop Best New Artist at the Celebrate Music Awards. A public letter jointly signed by a dwindling number of human-only record labels urged Digital Harmony to withdraw the band from consideration at such award ceremonies, citing the erosion of artistic merit in music. That is so funny. I'm telling you, this game predicted the future. Like, this game came out in 2018. I mean, it's like, what, like 7 years later, and this is all the shit that's in the headlines today. Like, but with less than 5% of the music market now produced by human musicians. That is so funny. The call for digital seems to be falling on deaf ears. A spokesperson for the band said, Here for You is all about bringing joy and happiness to their fans. The music is all that matters to them. Yeah, because one thing I realized is, like, what is real and what is an illusion? You know, it's just subjective. It's a point of view. In the end, if you're experiencing it, if it's real to you, it's real. You know? I guarantee you we're all going to be living in, like, you know, I mean, we probably are already in a simulated world now. And I honestly see no difference. Like, it's just, it's all subjective. Like, right now, today, if there was a technology to put on, like, a VR headset and it was, like, 100%, it felt, like, lifelike, I would have no problem. I'd probably be in that world all day. Fuck this world. Why do I want to be in this world? Like, for what? To go outside and get hit by a car? Or something? Or be robbed by someone? You know, like, if I could put on a VR headset and, you know, be in like some perfect paradise, like my own personal fantasy, everybody would do that. Like, I mean, maybe not everybody, but I honestly think most people. And there's a lot of people that'd be like, no, I'd rather suffer, like, you know, in the quote unquote role. Why? For what? You know? I always say, like, the only thing that actually matters is the end result. As long as you're in a state of happiness, it doesn't matter what you want to call it. If you want to call it quote unquote real, what's real? Nobody, the scientists, the world's top scientists don't even understand what this reality is. Like, nobody actually understands even what the definition of quote unquote real is. We don't, like, the matter that makes up the universe, like, we don't understand any of this stuff. Like, what is real? Real is just, you know, whatever you think it is. Like I said, it's subjective. There's no such thing as a physical universe. There's no such thing as objective reality. Anyway, set her up for the night, make a bed for Alice. Like I said, that's why I always tell myself, like, the only thing that matters is the end result. As long as I'm in a state of happiness, that's all that matters. I don't care what you want to call it. Let's see. Because what's real to you might not be real to someone else. So what are you going to keep doing? You're going to fight until what? Until everyone agrees on your definition of real? That's never going to happen. Everyone is different. So that's what I'm saying. If it's real to you, it's real. The only thing that matters is the end result. If you're in a state of happiness, that's all that matters. Seattle for the night. Or Seattle. Settle for the night. Make a bed for Alice. Check Luther's bag. It's like Cypher said, if I have to choose between this world and the Matrix, I choose the Matrix. Now, I wouldn't want to be a slave, and I'm not saying in the Matrix universe that I would be fine just being in a pod. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying be a slave. I'm saying, but as long as you're free and you're living like reality how you want, then I don't see a problem. I don't care if it is in a VR headset or whatever. I don't care. I mean, who wants to live life just to suffer? So I guess it was worth going back 4 hours because now I'm getting to play this segment, which, you know, was totally skipped over. I mean, they really did her wrong because just to let you just die by that psycho, and then even worse, this little girl Alice is with you, and who knows what happened to her. And I don't know, like, because I didn't finish the game like in that path, but my guess is they probably weren't ever going to mention them again. And what are we supposed to believe, that they were just like killed? I mean, that's terrible.
Alice?
Of course that can happen in real life, and I know I had said, oh, if a character dies, I'm just going to keep going, but the reason I, went back is because the way I died, I felt was cheap, you know? I think the timer was going when I had it on pause, and the controls, like I said, in this game, that's why, like I said, I've loved this game, but I'm going to be glad when I'm finishing it, because the controls are a bit weird, you know? Because it's like QTEs, and it's like interactive. So you don't feel like you're fully in control. So when you die, it feels sort of cheap, you know? So, I don't know. I didn't really feel it was fair. I didn't feel like it was fully in my control, so... But, I mean, maybe they know that too, and that's why they let you go back and, like, rewind time, so... That's what I did. Even though I had said, like, even if a character died, I was going to keep moving forward. But that was just cheap, you know? If I felt like it was my choice and, like, I did something and, I don't know... I would have, like, left it, maybe. I don't know. Whatever, I don't care. I don't have to, like, justify it. I want them all to live, whatever. Yeah, I'm not cheating. I mean, the game lets you rewind, so... There's the gun, you fucking idiot. Where was that gun when that psycho was chasing you? My God, that pissed me off so much. That's why I got that gun. Like, where was that gun? Anyway, yeah, like I said, currently I turned off the chat, so I can't see it on screen, and I'm not looking at my laptop or phone or anything, so I don't know if there's anything in the chat, but
Once we cross the border, we can start over.
in the future, just because it's hard for me to,
Maybe I'll find a job.
I'm terrible. I've always been terrible at
Be
multitasking,
like them.
and when I play a game,
Like everyone else.
I want to be as immersed as possible, like in that world. So if I'm seeing like
As long as we're together.
constant messages come up, it takes me out of like the universe. But in the future, you know, depending on the type of game it is, I'll put the chat on the screen. Just like I said, I just got the PS5, so I was getting used to like how I like to play, and I barely started broadcasting. Like, I don't think I've ever live streamed before I started with Metal Gear 3. So I'm just getting used to like, you know, the way I felt about it. And I mean, I think it's cool, but it's just, I'm more of a lone wolf. I've always like been alone. I like my own company. Like, I know most people are like totally different, but me, I really do like, I mean, but I like recording. I like the feeling of there being someone else there, but I also like the feeling of just like feeling like I'm just like in my own little universe. Anyway, I don't know, we're all different. But like I said, I really appreciate everyone's messages, any message, and comment from anyone or anyone watching. Like, I really appreciate it.
There
But
are
yeah,
some cookies left.
I'm gonna try this,
You
and
like
I don't
some?
know. Maybe I'll end up like putting the chat back on the screen later. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I mean, it depends on the game. If I'm playing like a multiplayer game, then yeah, I mean that makes sense. But with this one, I just want to feel like I'm like in the world. I know I'm like such a nerd. uh,
Don't worry. Luther and I will be right here. You need to get some sleep now.
Can you tell me a story, Kara?
I have 9,000 children's stories in memory. I should have one for you. This is a story about a princess who...
No, not a story like that. Make one up for me.
This is a story about a little girl who lived alone in a big, old house. She dreamed of being like all the other little girls, but the shadow that lived within her kept her from being happy. Then she met a robot who wasn't very happy either. So they decided to run away together to find a place where they could be safe. They encountered great dangers along the way, but they were so brave that they escaped all of them. Along the way, they met another robot who left his master to become their guardian.
How does the story end?
They reach the place they dream of and live happily ever after.
Stories always have happy endings. But real life isn't like that.
Time to sleep. We have another long day ahead of us tomorrow.
Are you going to come say goodnight, Luther?
Yes. Yes, of course. Good night, Alice. Sleep tight. She's a sweet girl.
Yes. She's very brave. Have you ever heard of RA9?
RA9 was the first of us to awaken. One day he will rise up and lead our people and set us all free.
What if RA9 never comes? What if he's just a story that we tell ourselves to keep each other going?
RA9 exists. I believe in him. I know he's amongst us. When the time comes, we will all see him. Kara, have you ever noticed anything about Alice?
No. What do you mean?
Okay, I have no idea what's going on. What is this, like zombie?
Who are you?
Zombie droids?
Leave us alone!
Don't be afraid. We don't want to hurt you. We're just like you. Our name is Jared. We were working here before the park closed. We didn't mean to frighten you, but sometimes humans come to hurt us, so we wanted to see who was there. What are you doing here?
We were looking for shelter for the night. We'll be gone tomorrow.
A little girl. We haven't seen one for a long time. Children used to love to come and see us. She looks sad.
The last few days have been difficult.
We have something to show her. Something fun. She'll love it. Does she want to see?
Oh, I don't think she's in...
Well, she should follow us then.
Alice, I don't know if it's a good
Come
idea.
on, Kara.
Yep, here we go
You have any
again.
choice.
Oh my god, more stupidity. I mean, like a army of psycho robots breaks through the window and yeah, they come across like the worst situations. But at least we have this guy with us now and the gun. We'll see what happens, I guess. This reminds me of a map from Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare 2 that was in a theme park.
Be our guest.
Reactivate carousel. Yeah, see, all this was cut out from my previous playthrough because she apparently died.
The little one can climb on board. The carousel is about to begin.
So I think they were like hinting that Alice, you know, the little girl, might be an android also, because they have said already that there's android kids in this game. So, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. Who knows? There might even be supernatural elements in this game. In Fahrenheit, there was supernatural elements. I don't know why. I've always found merry-go-rounds like really depressing.
First time I've seen her smile.
She hasn't had much to smile about lately.
I mean, they're fun, but I don't know. For some reason, I just think they're depressing. Probably because it's like this like old technology. I don't know. It just feels, I don't know. It reminds me of also like the last boss. I think it was like the last boss. No, not the last boss battle, but one of the last boss battles in the original Silent Hill. I remember, from what I recall, was pretty sure it was in a theme park, and you fight. I think her name was Sybil. I think she's like possessed or something. Damn. Alright, and this I had already played through before, so I'm thinking I should stop recording this video at this point. But then again, new stuff might appear. Let's see. I mean, it does look nice at least. I mean, maybe I'll just keep recording. I don't know.
Nice view, huh? I used to come here a lot before.
Before what?
Hmm?
You said, I used to come here a lot before. Before what?
Before nothing.
Alright, yeah, I think I'm going to stop recording this video here, just because now I'm caught up to what I had recorded already, and then I'll start again when there's more new footage.